Did last night lift some of the pressure on Mikel Arteta then, or are you in the school of thought that you can't read too much into it because it was a severely weakened West Bromwich Albion side? 6 debuts, 6 of them 20 or under.
But listen, come on, we can't have it both ways, right? A bit of fairness here. Had Arsenal not won the game or put in any level of performance, we'd have been right on their case. Make no mistake about it, we'd have been right on their case saying, the start of the season has been a disgrace, Brentford, Chelsea, this, that, the next thing. So, you can only beat the opposition that's put in front of you, and it was a very, very comfortable and comprehensive victory. And it was just what Arsenal required, so credit where it's due.
And I also thought that he took it quite seriously. And we've seen a lot of changed teams in the EFL Cup over the course of the last couple of days. And obviously by putting out Aubameyang, bringing on Lacazette in the second half, starting with Saka in the team, it showed an intent from Mikel Arteta that he was going to take the competition seriously right from the very off.
Absolutely, because we had the conversation with Sam a couple of days before. He wasn't happy with some of the teams not fielding stronger sides in this particular tournament, which certainly couldn't be said, as you said correctly, for Arsenal last night. There was real pressure on them to get through that tie. It could have been a horrible tie for them, Sam. Had
a few wobbles early on.
Yeah, I know. I was listening to you. And I think if West Brom clearly had played a stronger side, it would have been a different game. However, in terms of a tonic and a pick-up and just what the doctor ordered, that's exactly what Arsenal needed last night. A level of performance which has been better than we've seen, and indeed players getting goals, particularly Aubameyang. And Lacazette's finish was excellent as well.
Interesting you talk about Aubameyang. 3 goals last night. Really important that he got off and running. He's had some issues even over the last 6 months, really. Didn't have a particularly great season last year. This season, really important for him to push on. Do you think he will?
Yes, I do. Do you know something, Sam? Well, we're all, and I mean everybody, we were all saying Arsenal must sign Aubameyang. His contract was running out, and the best thing they can do is sign him, re-sign him, get him on a longer-term contract. They did, and for some reason, whatever reason it was, I don't know, there was certainly a dipping for him. I don't think MD could disagree with that or argue with that. But, like all top players, and excellent players, and he is one of those, the form will come back, and I expect him to do very well. And I think, as I say, the standard of opposition last night wasn't of the highest quality, but he's still got a hat-trick. He'll get a boost from that. He's got a confidence from that, and I do believe that he'll kick on. It's a big year, not only a big year for Arteta and Arsenal, it's a big year for Aubameyang, because he hasn't really performed to the quality and the level of performance that he's given us before he re-signed the contract, since he signed the contract.
Yeah, I don't think any of the Arsenal fans will be getting carried away about last night's result. Certainly not with the prospect of Manchester City live on talkSPORT on Saturday lunchtime at 12:30, high on the agenda. They have had a few problems playing out from the back in the early part of the season, even the back end of last season. It looks a little bit difficult for them. They seem to invite so much pressure, and they're not entirely comfortable with doing it. Aaron Ramsdale played in goal last night. It was his first appearance since signing from Sheffield United for £24 million. Yep. Should he be the number one?
In my opinion, they'll let a better goalkeeper go.
Emil Martínez.
I think so. Honestly, God, I really do, Sam. I think Martínez is continuing to prove, he's a top keeper. That Ramsdale signing, you don't spend 25 million, mate, on a reserve goalkeeper, and unless you're a club like Manchester City and everything's going really well and you can afford to buy backup like that.
Did you like what Ramsdale said last night afterwards to talkSPORT when he said, I haven't come here to be the number 2. I'm going to put some pressure on Burn. Burn's got the shirt at the moment, but I want that number 1 shirt and I'm going to push him all the way.
100%. But again, you'd be disappointed if he didn't say that. If that's what, if his standards aren't to become the number 1 at Arsenal. As I say, it's a strange signing for me, and he's got to play, is what I'm trying to say. You don't pay 25 million when you need to strengthen other areas of your team, right? Arsenal are far from the finished article, so they need, positions strengthening their team. You don't go and spend £25 million, Sam, on a position for somebody that's not going to play. he will play. He's got to play Ramsdale.
It was interesting to hear Mikel Arteta afterwards, where he talked about his big personality, that he's such a big talker, a vocal presence in the dressing room as well. He certainly fancies his chances of claiming that number 1 shirt. That is for sure. Daniel Fraser has got in touch. He says, so Gaza came to Burnley at 35, nearly made the playoffs. Ian Wright came when he was 36 and we got promotion. Ronaldo is 36 and also out of contract. Think it's time for him to come to his happy place, up the Clarets.
That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? I mean,
can't see him at Turf Moor, funnily enough.
But if there is one club, if there's one club in the top flight, you really would love to see him at. I'd love to. Sean Dyche's Burnley. It'd be brilliant.
And then Sean hooking him at half time for not getting back and tracking back enough. It takes a big man to admit when he's wrong, says Wayne on the text, but it takes an even bigger man to give a giraffe a haircut.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.